I'm very tempted to just say, I'm not going to accept this sentence agreement. We'll go to trial, and if you're convicted of felony murder, you'll go to prison for the rest of your life. That means you'll die there. That's what I'm tempted to do.
At 16, you knew that pounding your fist in the pillow of your little baby's head. You had to be terrified.
I didn't mean to kill Austin. Actually, I really didn't. I really think I did it. I didn't mean to hurt him.
This is 14-year-old Philip Chisholm.
He is pure evil, and evil can never be rehabilitated.
You must imprison this killer for the rest of his life.
A ninth-grade student standing trial for the brutal murder of his 24-year-old math teacher, Colleen Ritzer, on October 22, 2013. Colleen was known for her kindness and dedication to her students. On that day, she asked Chisholm to stay after class to help him, unaware that this routine act would lead to tragedy. Chisholm arrived prepared, carrying a knife, gloves, and a change of clothes. He followed Colleen into a school restroom, where he killed her in a violent attack. He then assaulted and robbed her before placing her body in a recycling bin and dragging it behind the school. Afterward, Chisholm went into town and used Colleen's credit card to buy a movie ticket. Police traced the purchase and arrested him the next morning, with blood still visible on his hands. Despite the horrific nature of the crime, Chisholm's behavior in court shocked many. Facing charges of murder, aggravated rape, and armed robbery, he showed no emotion, even as Colleen's father read his victim impact statement.
The killer knew exactly what he was doing and has never shown remorse.
The killer appeared fully aware of his actions and showed no remorse throughout the trial.
Put this animal behind bars to the maximum possible sentence. Do not give this coward the opportunity to shatter another family's lives.
His cold demeanor reflected a disturbing indifference to both the crime and the pain endured by Colleen Ritzer's family. Even as her brother spoke in court, Chisholm remained motionless and unemotional.
Court will impose the mandatory life sentence for the murder of Colleen Ritzer and set a parole eligibility date of 25 years, the highest level our law allows.
His attorneys claimed Chisholm was mentally unstable, but the jury rejected that argument. In February 2016, the verdict was announced. Chisholm was not the only defendant whose courtroom behavior drew attention. Another case involved 19-year-old Brandon Spencer. On Halloween night at the University of Southern California, Spencer allegedly opened fire at a crowded party.
I'm sorry for what happened, but Jesus life in prison.
4 people were injured during the shooting, though no one was killed.
That if you are so intent on killing someone that you're willing to shoot them and at the same time open fire into a crowd.
Days later, Spencer was arrested by the LAPD and charged with 4 counts of attempted murder. Prosecutors claimed the shooting was linked to an ongoing gang feud, noting Spencer's known gang affiliations.
I'm not a bad person, but I made mistakes. But I'm not just some gangbanger that can try to portray me as.
While the crime itself was disturbing, Spencer's reaction in court shocked many. He claimed innocence, but the jury disagreed. After being found guilty on all counts, he was sentenced to 40 years to life in prison, prompting an explosive reaction in court. His outburst stunned the courtroom, but it was later overshadowed by the actions of 15-year-old Conrad Schaefer.
This was a 15-year-old who was out semi-automatic rifle shooting up.
Schaefer gained notoriety after he and 3 friends randomly fired into homes, killing 17-year-old David Guerrero. Prior to the attacks, Schaefer convinced his father to buy him a firearm and ammunition. While his father slept, he took the weapon and, along with accomplices, carried out a series of shootings. The violence escalated when 22-year-old Eric Rupnerine was killed during a home invasion. During his trial, Schaefer addressed the victims' families.
15 at a time, I'm really sorry for the things I've done. And I know I did wrong, and I know my apology don't mean nothing to you. I know that you can change how you feel about me.
Eric Rupnerine's family expressed their grief and disbelief at Schaefer's lack of remorse.
Eric was my grandson. He was my helper, me and my wife. At this time, my family and I had no intention to forgive the guilty because of such a heinous and brutal crime that was done to my grandson, Eric Rupnerine.
Schaefer later pleaded guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder. Linked to more than 20 shootings, he was sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms. The judge noted that if Schaefer had been older, he could have faced the death penalty. Another chilling case involved 15-year-old Martise Fuller from Wisconsin.
I stopped in my doorway And I looked at him and I said, oh my God, Mark, geez. I said, please, you don't have to do this. And he looked at me and he said, yes, I do.
Fuller broke into his ex-girlfriend's home and shot her in her bedroom. When her mother intervened, she was shot twice but survived. During the trial, Fuller showed little emotion. He pleaded not guilty but was convicted on all charges.
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of first-degree intentional homicide.
At sentencing, Fuller briefly showed emotion and, through his attorney, offered an apology while maintaining his innocence.
Mr. Fuller's prepared a statement that he asked that I read on his behalf. Martise writes, wholeheartedly, I wanted to write this giving my sincerest apologies to this family I once shared time and love with. Truthfully, I am sorry about the pain you've all suffered through this, but more importantly, the loss of my ex-girlfriend Kaylee that I loved too. So I am sorry. Despite the hatred that is against me, I still am sorry. But I have to continue to stand innocent because I am. And I know that I've barely showed emotion throughout my time, but in all honesty, it is because it's hard to have tears left to cry knowing my mom lost a son, one of her children too. But I am sorry, and I hope you all can eventually see in your hearts and vision that I am not the person the media has made me out to be.
The judge stated that Fuller showed little accountability or sign of change.
You are a very dangerous and a damaged human being. So in the interest of protecting the public, acknowledging the seriousness of these acts, the court orders that on count 1 you are sentenced to life in prison without eligibility for extended supervision.
Even as his sentence was delivered, Fuller remained disturbingly calm, appearing unaffected by the gravity of his crimes.